And good morning, everybody. Welcome back to NeelyFX. My name is Michael Neely, and this is where I talk about foreign exchange trading, and the like. And so I'm in the United States, so I need to tell you about risk disclosures. About a risk. This is risky. Risk is deemed as risky behavior, especially for those who are not familiar with Forex or for active trading or the buy and hold lot. This is not a buy and hold passive income. This is an active income, and it's very active. So this channel is for educational and entertainment purposes only and does not constitute trading or financial advice. I'm a professional trader, not a broker, trading my own capital. I'm also involved with Audacity Capital with I'll be involved in the October trading contest competition, as well as with a prop firm challenge with them right now too. So I do not solicit funds, manage client accounts, nor do I hold CFTC or NFA registration. Forex trading is highly speculative with a high risk of losing some or all of your investment capital. Only trade with funds you can comfortably afford to lose. And here's the CFTC risk disclosure. Forex trading carries a high degree of risk and may not be suitable for all investors. The high degree of leverage can work against you as well as for you. Before trading Forex, consider your investment objectives, experience, and risk appetite. You could sustain a loss of some or all of your investment capital. So let's get into what happened yesterday. So we're going to come into yesterday's screen right over here. There it is. This is for Forex Factory. It's a very good site if you want to see what's going on in the world of Forex. And today we have Canadian GDP. Not real wild about what's going to happen there. That's probably why the UCAT has been going bonkers, or at least been going through the roof lately. It's because they're building in a premium, expecting a low or lower than possible or than expected GDP for Canada, because they're not doing real well on an economic standpoint right now. However, we do have Core PCE price index coming out today, which is a major market mover, potential market mover. They're expecting a decrease of 0.2, but let's see what happens with that. I don't know what happened. Let's go back to here, go back to yesterday. Yesterday we had a curveball in the world. I mentioned yesterday that the third revision of GDP, and there's the headline that we're looking for right there. GDP, the third revision. Now they've got 3 times to revise these numbers. And the first number came out, I think, 3.2%. Then it comes out 3.3%. Then it comes out 3.8%. I have never in my trading career, in watching economics, which is about 35 years of doing so, since the recession of 1991, have I ever seen a jump like that in the third revision. It also lets me know that there's some shenanigans going on with the Bureau, I'm not sure if Bureau of Labor Statistics puts that number out, but whoever puts the economic numbers out, there's something fishy going on, and I've had that suspicion for about 15 years. That what I have been seeing in the news is not what I'm seeing on the street. Now, that's also when I lived in a major city. Now I live in a very small town, and I do not have as much of a fingerprint or my finger on what's actually going on. But GDP jumped 3.8%, and hence, let's see what happens with that. We had a 91% chance, or 91.9% chance of a rate cut yesterday. See what happens to that number. 87.7, and then here we have the headline right here. Jay Powell, in his infinite wisdom, signals the Federal Reserve to move slowly on interest rate cuts, which means that our entire long-term strategy's been thrown to the wolves. That's why I don't like fundamentals, because fundamentals, you never know what these guys are going to do. Half of them are nut jobs, half of them have ulterior motives, and I'm just not convinced we should have an attorney running the economy. But at any rate, but he's been doing it for 10 years now. But here we have the DXY. Let's see what's going on with the DXY. DXY is going up. Came up here, sold off, and now it's bouncing back up again. So I'm in a scenario where I don't know what is going to happen. According to this, it could come down. I did place a couple of trades yesterday. So it's kind of bouncy, bouncy. Bouncy, bouncy. And here we have the euro versus the dollar. It is also bouncy, bouncy. Came down here, got into this buy region, and it started to recover, and then is selling off again. Dollar versus the yen, same thing. Got into here. It is not a sell-off region, which means there's a lot more room for that to move, all the way up here to 151. So that is something to consider. That this is not a sell-off region at all. Matter of fact, that is buy territory. That's a buy signal. So everything looks like it's reversing on me, which I don't like. I did lose some money yesterday on this trade right here. I'll show you. So I was up 150. Now I'm down 105, 103. So again, on a $15,000 account, that's not too bad. Total P&L is minus 50. What just happened then? Something just reversed again? No. Okay, now this is my euro trade that went in yesterday. I thought it was going to bounce harder than it did. It did not. So we did not get the bounce I'm looking for. As a matter of fact, it's going in the opposite direction right now. Let me see. So we're going to do something fairly sophisticated today for my trading strategy. I am going to trade today. It is a Friday. I can get out before the market closes because this is a big market mover, and it could go literally in either direction. So let's go back to Friday on this. Let's look at the chart on this. Now you would think this would always be a smooth up and down, but no, it's not. That's when it was staring at a 9% inflation rate. Now we're still staring. We're not looking at 2. We're looking at about a 3% inflation rate. I think this is going to miss. I think this is going to miss high. However, I'm not going to predict the future. I'm going to trade the market. My job as a soothsayer is I don't do very well as a soothsayer. So let's get into the business of trading what we see. Here we have the pound. It came down a lot, and then it's bouncing off this area right here. It's a strong low at 133. If it breaks out, I expect to see some buyback action right there. Pound versus the yen finally broke 200. Did that last night. So I guess the yen was down. UCAD, I was expecting there's a weak high right there. They got a pretty good premium built into that. I wouldn't be surprised to see the GDP number hit and then watch that number come down. Unless we have more dollar strength like we have here. Let me get back out to this to the daily, see what's going to happen. That's deep into that buyback area, and it's still not bouncing. So if it breaks through this, then we're going to be staring at inflation. We're going to watch inflation numbers come back up. We're watching a lot of dollar strength. However, if it misses and falls short, then we could have more of a I don't like to use the word deflation, disinflation. That sounds dumb. Inflation rate will go down or go negative, and that would be fantastic. It probably won't happen, but hey. Because everybody at the corporate level has got to be making money, and they keep making money on us. Let's see, which is why life is what it is. Let's see, so DXY, we're still looking at a lot of dollar strength, and that is just not giving up right there. So which one did I hit? Dollar yen, I already talked about that. UCAD, sitting right at that week high, looking at making some new highs. I am not at 8:30. I'm not going to be in a position where I can manage the trade, so I'm not going to get into the UCAD. Aussie, look at that. Aussie's going way down against the dollar. Gold, here's the shocker to me. Gold is flat. because I honestly think gold doesn't know what to think. The gold traders just do not know what to think right now. Silver traders, they know what to think. It's all the way up. It's up 45 and hit topping up against that week low at 40, roughly about 45 and a quarter. So how are we going to trade this? Let's see. We don't have to put in a trade. That's the first thing I want to say. Is that we do not have to trade this. However, there is profit potential here, so I am going to trade it. So I want the euro and the dollar. I'm going to stay out of gold. Want the yen and the now I have a sell stop right here, which is 149.43. So a little bit low. Probably we'll move this up to about 63. Now, it's far enough off that number. Now, there's a strategy out there called a straddle, where you get on either side of it if you don't know really what's going to happen. In the past, that has never really worked out for me real well, because what has happened is that before we have all this lightning trading that's going on now, it would bounce down, bounce up, bounce down, bounce up, and then settle at another thing, and it would take out both trades. I'm willing to try this today. See if this breaks 150. Got the buy stop here, same amount. Now the thing about a straddle is that you want your buy stop to be, you want to have the other trade stopping out right before the buy goes in. So the sell stop would have to go right before the buy goes in. Now it's been a while since we've seen 150. So if we get 150, that's going to be very good. So again, we want to set this right before the sell stop, 49.65. Now, if it's really horrible, it could take out both trades at a loss. However, I hope that didn't happen. And then the other one, so I'm going to have to come down here to my orders to mess with it a little bit more. I'm going to take profit on my buy, modify, we'll go 100 pips. If this ranges 100 pips, that's going to be shocking to 151, because we have not seen 150, 151 in a while. I also want to take this, oh, and then my other trade, oh, that's why, because it's a trade, it's actively in. We're going to leave this here, because if it misses, it'll go south by a good bit. Modify position, and my stop loss is at one, oh, that's the euro. Both JPY orders. Another one. Give me just a second. I will be right back. Okay, I'm back, and here is the Henry, the Forex trading parakeet. So here we have the, make sure I've got this up right. Probably want to go one pip over. It's in a raging market. It's not gonna. It's gonna tend to jump. We're a couple pips lower. So the stop loss on the sell, put it at 108, which is below my entry. Kind of 05. 05. Which is 5 pips below my entry on my other one. Hopefully the broker can keep up with that. On the buy, I don't have, oh no, no, that's not cool at all. 0.1. Yeah, we'll do a take profit of 151.1. That didn't make any sense to me. Okay, so if that happens, that'll be fantastic. We will see what happens. Hopefully it will miss, because I'm looking forward to watching this coming back into range. Although I do want to see something real quick. Go to our daily on this one, and it is and shoulders thing right there, but it's not. And then euro, let's look at euro real quick. So we have, what have I got in there right now? Oh, I need to set this up with my other one too. And here we're losing $320. That's not cool. That ain't cool at all. So this one we're going to go, we have our sell stop right here. 3, stop loss 149. That's going to change. Modify, we're going to change this to 63. About 30 pips down. And a stop loss of 150.05. It's flirting with 150. Hard to take profit. I'll put this one way up here. About there. The buy stop there. Sure, why not 2? And we'll also put the modifier to that. And stop loss at 149.75. That's well within our trading parameters. I'm kind of not going through the dynamics. Not going through the dynamics of figuring out the ATR and figuring out my ATR multiple and doing that. I'm just working with numbers that are well within those numbers and then just going for it. So we do not have a sell in here for the euro. I would set this up probably about right there. So do a sell stop 116.43. 116.43, and then on the one that's already in, take this stop loss, modify the stop loss not to 116.2, but more like 116.5, which will limit our loss. And then that one's going at 43. Well, I lost a lot. And then on this one, we'll modify this one and stop loss it. Since we're already in on that, we don't want to play the same game. Right about 1. We're in at 81, so we'll call the stop loss at 75. 1.1675, because that would be a true straddle. Now we're already in on one of the positions. And take profit of, oh, we're already in on this. What this is the buy. We'll keep our take profit at about, where it is. I don't know how to take profits at. What am I modifying? Which one am I modifying? Oh. No, 1.5. There we go. Modify the sell right now. Okay, so that's what we got going on there. And then I'll pull that into my live account too. Make sure we got the same thing going on over here. I knew he's fascinated by all this stuff. So with this, a buy stop, I mean a sell stop about 1.3. Gotta move this up to 4.25. Modify, and then our sell stop here. Okay, give me just a second. Okay, be right back. So we're back one more time, and this should be the finale on this. So we've got our buy trade in on that one. On our order trades, we don't have our sell trade in. Come with a sell trade about here. Sell stop. And again, stop price is going to be about 75. 75 on that. Now take profit. Let's go for it. 115. This number would have to come in super hot to hit 115 on that. I mean, super hot. So we will see what happens with that. But I'm getting more comfortable with trading while I'm not in there, and also have getting more comfortable with working with this platform on my phone when I'm not in the office. So that's something that just took time to do. So JPY, we have, let's review this trade real quick. These trades, make sure I have them set up correctly. Okay, got a buy stop here and a sell stop here. This needs to be up higher. I thought it'd be around there. Had to replace 59, so I'm in at 59. My stop loss here is at 65. So we will see what happens with this. This ought to be fun. Somebody, I don't like how close that is. I don't like the 15 pips. I want to keep at least 20 pips off. So we'll go. Of course, that's going to change with right before the market. Usually, with prop traders, don't let you trade the high potential volume areas, but I am anyway because one, it's allowed to because that's where you've got a lot of possible profitability taking place. So we're going to get into this, and we are watching this start to drop a lot. However, they could be building a premium in there, trying to get a few more pips in there before it goes in the other direction. I'm not saying that these people know what's going to happen before it happens, but I'm saying that there's some awfully suspicious things that take place sometimes. So that's bouncing down, but is in this tight range, which is 80 to 60. And all my entries are less than that. And this one I want to go in a bit closer than that. Now, if it bounces around a lot, then this is going to get bloody. This is going to get just weird, and maybe one trade will the profitable trade will hang on. But I haven't seen a lot of bouncing taking place over the past couple of years trading after the news comes out. So fingers crossed, we'll see if the straddle works. Meantime, I've got to go to work. I will be on vacation next week, so I'll be in the office every day next week. Won't that be fun? We can trade some more and see if we can't get to. Oh, and the October contest starts next week too. So with that, I'm going to let you guys go. You guys have a great one, and I will talk with you later. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you want to see updates, and like this channel if you like the video or like what I'm talking about. Don't be afraid to make comments either. I'm happy to answer your comments in the best possible way I can. And with that, I'm going to let you guys go. I got to go to my day job. You guys have a great one. Talk to you later. Bye.